Angela Raspass, your marketing and mindset strategist, helping you grow a profitable and purposeful business. Now what we're here to talk about today is sales. It's often a dreaded word when it comes to us solo entrepreneurs. Have you ever had that feeling, that drop in your stomach because you actually have to ask for the sale? Your heart beats a little bit faster, your mouth gets a bit dry, and sometimes it can really be perceived as a scary thing. Well, the great news is that we can shift that perception. We can move you into recognizing that it's not sales per se, it is serving. You know who your customer is, you know the value of what it is that you've got to offer. You know there's a great match between the two of them. So you're actually moving into a situation where you are being of service to this person. And that's the philosophy that I really like to adopt, and I hope you will too. But there's more than that. I've actually got a great tip that I can share with you today that makes the whole sales process work so much easier. Now, we know that sales are vital if you want to grow your business. You can't hide away behind your computer or in your office without actually fronting up and asking people to purchase what it is that you've got to offer. So the 3 steps that make that so much easier are simple, and they are ask, tell, and ask. And I'll explain what that means. One of the mistakes that we make is often to jump in and sales pitch. In our nerves or in our not quite sure how sales works easily, we start telling and telling and telling all about what it is that we've got to sell. And we haven't established a clear enough need in the eyes of our target consumer. Or perhaps we haven't differentiated ourselves enough. We're not distinct enough why they should purchase or become involved with us versus other options that are out there on the marketplace. Well, if you start with ask before tell, you can change that very easily. Ask is simply establishing need. It is asking open-ended questions of your prospect to find out what's most important to them. What is the challenge they're looking to solve? What aspirations do they have? What sort of solution are they looking for? When you ask these open-ended questions, you start to build a picture of what's important to them. And then you can move into the telling part of the sales equation. That's when you start to show how your solution and your service or product fits those needs that they have made clear to you in the ask sequence. Once you've moved through the telling part, once again you have to get brave here and you have to ask for the order. They've shown you what their needs are, you've shown how you can meet those needs. The next logical step is to ask for the order. Now let's look at a simple example, say of a wedding planner. Let's say a wedding planner is sitting down with their couple and talking about what they're looking to achieve. Open-ended questions in the ask stage might be things as simple as, so what sort of reception are you looking for? What sort of feel? What impression or what feeling do you want your guests to leave with? And do you have an idea of the number of people you'd like to invite along to your wedding? And what's most important to you during the ceremony itself? Is there particular things that you want to happen? These are all open-ended questions, just off the top of my head, that would help you establish very clearly what these people are looking for. Then when you get to the tell stage, what you're doing first is reframing, putting back to them to make sure that you've understood them correctly. So, Frank and Anne, I understand that you want to have a small and intimate wedding reception. You don't want to invite second and third cousins and that auntie you haven't seen since you were 5 years old, and you really want to make a statement about your wedding and the style of character of you and your husband. You want something a bit funky and stylish. So having it at a golf club just down the road probably isn't going to work for you. So what you're doing is you're feeding back to your prospect to show that you really understand what's important to them. And that's when you move into tell. Well, I really get what you're wanting to achieve, and I've got some great news for you. How about this for an idea? And then you start telling them about your service. Once you move past that stage and you're into the ask stage again, so guys, if that sounds great to you, how would you like to move ahead? Shall we move into a payment plan? XYZ. That part's completely up to you, what works in your particular business model. But the 3 steps are always the same. Always ask, always tell with the reframe, and then always ask again. Now, if you have a purely online business, this sort of process can happen in the actual copy that you have on your website. You can ask the questions, are you feeling this? Are you looking for that? And then you can tell about your service and how it will meet those needs. And then, of course, you've got the Buy It Now button sitting at the bottom. So that's the process I'd like you to go away and start practicing. It is the ask, tell, ask. coming away with the feeling that you are being of service, not just making a sale, because that's what it's all about, and that's the way you'll move more towards building a profitable and purposeful business. Now, as always, love to hear your feedback. Please give some comments down below so we can share the experiences that you've had as an entrepreneur in the sales area, and I look forward to talking to you again.